Okay, so now let's look at Du bist die Ruhe. This is another lieder by Franz Schubert. And again, it's a very simple, very clean setting of a really beautiful text. So let's look at the score. So again, time signature, key signature. So we're in 3/8, we're in E flat major. Our tempo marking is langsam, so we're not going to be in any sort of hurry. Again, as far as upping our difficulty, we have constant motion that goes through this. This 16th note figure goes through almost the entire piece. Actually, it does go through the entire piece. So we have a melody in our left hand or our right hand, right? The left hand is more stabilizing the harmony, but notice all the forward motion is in the right hand. And then every once in a while, we're going to have a melody line show up like that, right? So I probably want to be aware of that. What am I going to cut out? You know, honestly, if it were me, I would keep the left hand stability of the harmony and probably would keep the 16th notes going if I could, right? If I have to cut anything out, I would cut that out just so I can keep going and give my singer that tonal center and the motion center, right? Those melody lines don't show up often. Like there's one there again. As far as other things I want to make sure I catch, there's a lot of chromaticism going on there through there that I want to be aware of. Also, this interlude is super, super chromatic. Those C flats are very, very unexpected, back and forth between the C flat and the C natural. So I want to be aware of that before I go on. And also this ascending scale can be awkward sometimes. So that's something I want to catch in my turn through. There's a lot of chromaticism going through here again, but notice if I go back after this interlude, if we start there, it's an exact repeat. This is, at this moment in time, we're strophic on this piece. So if I missed it the first time, I can catch it the second time, honestly. And there we have that interlude again. It's an exact repeat. Top of the next page. Okay, my third verse is not strophic. This is different. I definitely want to be aware of all of that, all of those flats that are in there, and my empty bar for nothing. I want to make sure I know that that's coming and that I'm going to really keep it an empty bar. Often, if I'm reading this with a singer, there's a good chance that they are not going to count that as a full bar. They should, but there's a good chance that they're not. So I need to be aware that that's there so I can catch my singer for whatever happens. And we keep going. I have another empty bar. Also, my left hand returns in treble clef that time. So I want to make sure I see that. I stay in treble clef in my left hand till there. And just all of this play out. There's a lot of register changing that I want to be aware of. But otherwise, we have two verses that are the same. And that third verse that's, not even, is not even an A prime, honestly. It's a B. So AAB, maybe. But with that, let's sight read the piece. Okay, so how'd you do? This is a different set of challenges than An die Musik was. I'd be curious to know which was harder of a sight read for you, actually. Just some people have a harder time reading chords. Some people have a harder time reading melody lines. You know, it's different for every single person. But again, our next steps are going to be to dig into the text. So IPA, translation, sing it while I play it, right? Again, this is Schubert, so I want to be able to have a conversation in rehearsal with my singer about how I am helping tell the story, right? So if we go to our score real quick, once I get a translation and I'm looking at what this text really means, it's a really beautiful love poem, actually, talking about how this person is your peace and your joy, and you love to look in their eyes, you know, things like that. But more than that, in between every verse, there's this interlude, which is a little chromatic. As far as the storytelling, what happens there and why is it kind of, I mean, it's not horridly angsty, but it's not always happy. It has some color to it. So how do I, as the piano accompaniment, help my singer tell the story? So again, by digging into the text, I'm going to be able to make those choices so that when I go into rehearsal with my singer, I'm not only playing right notes and rhythms, I'm not only aware of the ensemble issues, but I'm able to intelligently speak about ideas and make collaborative decisions with my singer about how I want to go through this piece. Anyway, if you want a hard copy PDF of this music, if you want a IPA transcription or a translation, all of that can be found at my website, which is www.emilywilliamspianist.com. All of this information is in the description. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you for our next piece.